Welcome, all my home buyers out there. My name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty, and today we are in Hutto, Texas, in a brand new community called Emory Crossing. And the builder we're looking at is Taylor Morrison, and this is all three of their model homes in this community. I love when they're all side by side like this. Makes my job easy, and it just makes a nice visual with my drone when I'm doing my 360 kind of pan here. So, that was way too quick. Give me a second here. So here is a visualization of the map of what this community is going to look like when it's all said and done. So right now, if you're looking at this map from left to right, so left is phase 1, and then you have phase 2, phase 3, so on and so forth. There's 8 different phases for this community, and they're only phase 1 and phase 2 are pretty much done. Well, phase 1 is done. Phase 2, they have a handful of lots left. Phase 3 is what they're currently building and accepting offers on, and phase 4, 5, and 6 is just for the future, right? But you could just see for the years to come, there's going to be a lot of inventory here. And Taylor Morrison is the only one exclusively building single-family homes in this community. David Weekley is also here, but they're only building townhomes. And you can kind of see that here on the map, that maroon kind of color, that's not a whole bunch. That's where the townhomes are going to be built. So it's primarily going to be the single-family homes. And right now, like I said, they're taking offers, and you can secure a plot for phase 3. So if one of your big non-negotiables is being at the end of a cul-de-sac or just having a prime location for your lot, then right now is the time to secure that for phase 3, because all the good lots get secured up very early because of the location, right? So, but a lot of this will be done July. No, not July. It's only a handful in July, but September, October, and August. So the fall of 2024 is when a lot of phase 3 is going to be done, right? The builder, when I was talking to the salesperson, they were very confident that their construction team is very efficient in what they're doing, and that they're confident that they're turning out these houses in a quarter of the time it was during the pandemic. So think about 6 months I would say, a good kind of median time frame of how they're dishing out these houses. So let's take a look at this floor plan, because this is one of the models now. This is one of the models that we're going to check out. I love this community because they have the amenity center done. It's very walkable. There's a green belt that you can walk the green belt with that trail. You can kind of see that in the background there. So this is the Chopin, however you pronounce it. Chopin. I like both the way. I like the way you both pronounce them. 3 beds, 2.5 baths. 1,692 square feet. It's a 1-story, and it has a two-car garage, but it's a rear entry. So I really dig these floor plans because it's a rear entry garage, and they do have the primary, the owner suite on the first floor, and the other 2 bedrooms on the second floor. I love that too. I like having that separation. I know that's a big trend for people. That's what they're looking for, is having the primary on the first floor and having the rest of the bedrooms on the second floor to have that separation for noise and privacy. And that's what you'll find in this layout. And this is a very popular kind of floor plan for builders, because this is what they build in the middle of these subdivisions, right? Because of the space it takes, and especially when you have that rear entry. So you will be entering your garage from this nice alleyway, right? And I think later on in the video, you'll probably be able to see what that looks like from the air, because I did fly my drone quite extensively in this community to get a really good look at how the layout and the lay of the land. And so you could see what that looks like. But having this rear entry, 2-car garage, primary on the first floor, and then the other 2 bedrooms are on the second floor, and it has this little bonus room, so you can put a TV there or have a play area. It's flexible on what you could use. So here's the primary, right? The primary is towards the front of the house. So that's something to keep in mind. As a personal preference for my taste, I like having it towards the back, but because towards the back is where the garage is, they have no choice but to put it towards the front. So if you look at the floor plan, that's how it's laid out. Now, Taylor Morrison is offering amazing incentives, but all these incentives are tied to specific select homes. Most of the time, it's for their quick move-ins. They do have promotions for their to-be-builts. So if you're looking to build a home and go to the design center and just have a lot more say on the finishes and just the If you want to do a customized, like adding an extra media room or bonus room, you could totally do that. But and so there's incentives for that too. But the incentives right now are they offer flexible cash to help pay for the closing costs, to help buy down the interest rate, or you could even offer 2-1 buy down, which is an awesome product if it makes sense for your situation. So the lender will go over all the specifics. I have a good general overview of what they are because I visit these builders all the time, and I speak to the lenders to get a good idea of what their programs are. So here we're on the second floor. This is one of the bedrooms. You have your bathroom up there. Here we are. Full bath. One thing that you notice, I'm curious to see if the builder if that's how it really is, or if they just forgot. There was no door for that bedroom when you went up it. I found that interesting. I've never seen that before. Even though it has the door frame, it doesn't have the door. So here's the second bedroom, and then we'll take a look at what that bonus room looks like here. And then I love how they have it set up kind of like this little cozy little nook area, and they have a TV. I love that setup. That's what I would use it for too. So you have first floor and second floor to watch TV or game if you're into that. And I'm into that. I'm a gamer myself. So here's the bathroom that you share in the second bedroom. So again, very simple, 3-bed, 2-bath, a little over 1,500 square feet. I think it was 1,600 square feet. And then here's what the backyard looks like, right? So you have your fence, and then that would be your back patio. And look that's your entry. But picture an alley of where you would drive into because it's a rear entry garage. So from your garage, you would enter your home. Here's a beautiful amenity center. Here in the background is a great visual of that's phase 3. And that's what phase 3 looks like. You can see that they're currently building on it. And a lot of homes will be done later this year in the fall. And this will all look different. So I can't wait to come back out here later this fall and just have the fly my drone out again so you can see that side by side, because the rapid growth of Austin and just new construction in general is crazy out here, right? New construction is probably by far where it's going to be at when it comes to scoring the best deals, right? Because these lenders have these incentives with their lenders so that they can help buy down the interest rate. They can help pay for closing costs. There's a number of cool things that they can do to help you get into their homes. So here, check this out. Is this article, 113-acre development plan for the city of Hutto, Texas. And what is going to happen if it passes and it moves forward, right? So they haven't broken ground or anything, but this is something that is pretty recent development within the last 30 days, I would say, of when this was announced. So 600 multi-family residential units. They're going to expand the existing Brushy Creek trailways. They're going to have a green belt and water features, 60,000 square feet of restaurant and retail space, a grocery store, a hotel or medical facility, 3 logistic buildings totaling 700,000 square feet, large hall-like spaces often used for storage, order picking, or distributing goods. Developers anticipate 800 to 1,000 jobs will be created, and the development is expected to generate an estimated $9.8 million in property and sales tax revenue. That's huge. And that's not even counting the Hutto Co-op that is already exists, and it's brand new too. And they're adding more fine dining restaurants to it. That's going to be Hutto's kind of like hub for right next to their downtown for entertainment, right? So Hutto, I think, is being very smart and strategic with how they're kind of rolling out their future developments, making sure there's like a nice balance between these residential homes and the commercial / multi-use kind of developments. So Hutto just become a sleeper town in the sense that there's nothing to do. You have to leave the city to go do stuff. So what they're doing now is keeping everything in-house, which is awesome for you for property values, awesome for you as a resident because you're not going to have to leave far to do fine dining or go to the movies or do something like entertaining. And all throughout, I would say just Austin in general, and this is one of the big draws of why I love the city, is that it's so green, it's so walkable. You have all these lakes and rivers and creeks that you can always be within 5 minutes of. And in this community, you have all that. You have walking trails you can kind of see here. You have man-made lakes. It's going to be beautiful when it's all said and done, right? So this is Taylor Morrison, Emory Crossing in Hutto, Texas. So, okay, if you are a buyer and you're looking to buy in the next 30 to 60 days, then hit me up immediately. Call, text me. Let's set up a Zoom call so we can figure out a game plan and figure out which community is a good fit. If you love this community and you don't like this floor plan, they have a ton more floor plans that we can take a look at. Taylor Morrison has several different ones, and I'm sure we could find one that meets your needs because this is an amazing location. We're in the city of Hutto. We're going to be within driving distance where that Samsung facility is being built in Taylor, Texas. And when it's all said and done, it's going to put Taylor, Texas on the map because they're building the world's largest semiconductor facility in Taylor, Texas by Samsung. And why is that important? Because these semiconductor chips is what AI needs for it to work, right? So AI is, as we all can see in the news, is a huge new industry and it's not going anywhere. And I mean, just what's happening here in East Williamson County is going to put everybody on the map, right? Everybody on the map. And you're really getting this on the ground floor. If you're watching this May 2024, if you're watching this at all in 2024, this is on the ground floor of when it comes to homes, because in this community, you have homes in the range of 300 to 500,000, brand new homes. And they have a variety of floor plans. We have 3 2s, 4 beds, 5 beds, 2, 3, 4 baths. It really depends on your price point and how much you can afford. But they have big enough houses and enough floor plans to meet your needs. I can promise you that. And Taylor Morrison is building all throughout the greater Austin area. They're a big player here. I do like their product. I love this community. I love the way it's laid out. I love that they're barely building on phase 3, and I think there's 8 phases here. So you're really getting in you're getting in early for phase 3, first of all, but you're getting in at almost the ground floor for this community because of what's going to happen in the years to come, right? And investors are flocking here already. When I spoke to the salesperson, he gets hit up daily or at least weekly from investors wanting to buy this property up, right? Because they see Samsung. Now, don't be too alarmed because they do limit and cap how many homes they sell to investors. So they know not to, so they can have housing for people who want to live there and make it their primary. So that's something I love about Taylor Morrison, is that they're very intentional about that. And they're not greedy about selling all their inventory to investors because they have the money to do so. So I applaud you, Taylor Morrison, for that. So if you're a buyer, 60 days or less, hit me up. Let's schedule a Zoom call. If you're a buyer and you're looking to buy this year, you're just not sure when yet because maybe there's a little bit more of the financing you need to figure out. Hey, I have my lending partners that would love to talk to you, right? They love running the numbers so you could see exactly how much your monthly payment would be, okay? Because again, the calculator's online. There's always a grain of salt and there's always like a little bit of margin of error with those things. With my lenders, they know exactly the property taxes, the HOA, so we can get you a very, very close number to what that's going to look like. And just so we can play with the numbers so you can see what that looks like, right? So you have a good idea of like where you're at now and what do you need to work towards financially so we can get you into one of these homes, right? Because I don't want you to miss out on these incentives, right? These incentives change all the time. Sometimes they can be better in the future, sometimes they could be worse. It just depends on the state of the marketplace. But there's going to be more development for residential homes here in Hutto, here in Taylor, Texas. So that's a good thing for you, the buyer, because that's more competition between the builders. So they're going to be offering more homes, more incentives. So it's going to be a good buyer's market for 2024, 2025 because of all the new construction happening here in the Austin area, because of the demand and confidence that Austin is bringing to all these developers. That's why there's so much construction happening, right? Not just on the residential side, but on the commercial side. So here in Austin, it's a very special place. It's nothing like what the rest of the U.S. is experiencing because Austin is. We have Samsung, we have Tesla. And those are the 2 off the top of my head. There's Apple, there's Dell that just renewed their service contract with the city of Round Rock for another 100 years or something like that. So there's a lot of exciting things. There's so much momentum happening here. And for Taylor Morrison, for this community of Emory Crossing, you're getting at the ground floor. 300 to 500 is that sweet spot for most buyers for affordability. And you can find that here. And you're in the amazing city of Hutto, Texas, the Hutto Hippos. I love the city. They all embrace the mascot of the Hutto Hippo. If you want to live in Taylor, Texas, they're not quite there with the new construction yet. They have some communities, but there's still a lot more underway. That's gonna happen this year. But in Taylor, Texas, you could be a duck. So if you want to be a duck or do you want to be a hippo? I think there's no wrong answer because they're both amazing mascots. And I'm gonna wrap things up here for this video. My name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. I really appreciate you for watching. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like all things new construction. I specialize in new construction, so I'm constantly touring all these new build communities, keeping a pulse on what these incentives look like, so I can best serve my clients, right? Because at the end of the day, I want you to first fall in love with the home, then fall in love with the community, then we'll figure out the incentives, right? Don't base your decision so much off the incentives, even though they're great, because the builders know that if their competition's offering one incentive that's a little bit better than theirs, they're going to meet you halfway. That's the fun part for me, the negotiation part, to get you a great deal, to get you great incentives, and to get you into a community that checks your boxes, right? Into a floor plan that checks your boxes, right? Especially with new construction. My goodness, they have you have the home warranty you have to lean on, right? And you have the peace of mind knowing you're not going to have any major breakdowns in the foreseeable future because it's new construction. But keep in mind, we're going to do that third-party inspection, right? I know you're probably like me. You probably watch a lot of those home inspectors that are just growing on social media and how they're kind of just keeping the builders in check when it comes to their quality assurance, right? So a third-party inspection is a must, even if it's brand new construction. I advise my clients to do that. That's always a recommendation for my clients to get that third-party inspection, because they do uncover stuff, right? Builders are not perfect, but builders are great to receive that information and work with you, right? Because at the end of the day, they are very aware of like their reputation and that people talk, and they don't want a bad reputation, because again, Taylor Morrison is building everywhere, right? If they get some bad juju from selling you a home that you weren't happy with, that's word's going to spread. And with social media, that word spreads fast. So that's one benefit if you're a buyer, and having that kind of reassurance that you're not going to get screwed, or everything is workable, right? Especially when you're working with the right agent who knows how to get things done, like me. Okay, so smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my YouTube playlist on new construction, discovering new construction in the Austin area. And I appreciate you for watching. Oh, before I forget, if you really want to check out Samsung, and I'm going to do a deep dive on what that looks like. I flew my drone out there so you can have a nice visual of what that looks like. It's pretty amazing, because you've probably never seen as many cranes like that in your life. And I will hopefully link that in the description. If not, you can find that in my playlist for new construction. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.